I didn't even do that. Okay. Hey, what's up, soldiers? My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and welcome back to another video here today on the channel. Now, before we get into it, I just want to let you guys know that I'm going to be hosting Zombies for Charity 2 tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time over on my Twitch channel. It's going to be a Zombies competitive event where there's a bunch of teams doing Easter egg speed runs and first rooms and high rounds and things like that. So if you guys are interested in that, I'm going to be casting it. I'm not going to be competing, but I'm going to be casting it. We're raising money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So it's definitely a great event if you guys are interested in watching that. It's going to be over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/GregFPS at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you guys tune in for that. So I've been trying to think of unique ideas because everyone's seen the same top 5, top 10 videos. You know, it's one of those things that everything's been beaten to a bush at this point for zombies. So I'm trying to come up with like different stuff that maybe we haven't seen in a while or just something different. And I was thinking about Black Ops 1 and 2, and some of the multiplayer maps from those games are just really cool. Like, they are in really cool areas or they look awesome. So I went through and I picked out 15 maps from Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 that I think would be cool areas to actually have a zombies map. Now, some of the maps that I picked have actually already been made as custom maps, but if any custom map makers are out there and watch this video, some of these maps would be really cool to have as custom maps. But not only that, I would think it would be really cool for Treyarch to kind of take some ideas from the maps they've already made and kind of make them into zombies maps. So I only went through Black Ops 1 and 2 because Black Ops 3 and 4 are futuristic, but I hope you guys enjoy the video. We're just going to be going through the maps, and I have a little bit of gameplay that I recorded from each map so you can kind of get a feel for what I'm talking about. So without further ado, let's jump into it. All right, guys, so first up on the list is going to be the map Aftermath from Black Ops 2. Now, this is the destroyed city map that's in Los Angeles, and you have the police station and all that stuff. I feel like this would be a very cool map that would be a cool style for Treyarch to implement into a zombies map, because it's basically die-rise but on the ground level. You don't have to worry about falling from skyscrapers or anything like that, and it has the whole thing with verticality where there's destroyed rubble that you go on for like a little hill or an incline. And I just feel like it would be an interesting map to have for zombies, and I think it would be really fun, honestly, because there's some big open areas that you could train, but they're not like too big or too open. So that's the first one, guys. All right, guys, the next one that I think would be probably the best from this entire list is Cove. Now, if you guys remember Cove, it was basically a deserted island where there's a plane crash in the middle, and out of the map in the ocean there was like shipwrecks, and there was also Hijack, the Black Ops 2 multiplayer map, like way out in the ocean. I think this would be a perfect survival map for zombies. Just having one deserted island, have a couple mystery box locations, have some perks kind of like in the sand, or like, I don't know, maybe they wash up because there's some sort of like I guess tide that comes in and out. That would be really cool, and I think it would just be a sick map to have on a deserted island. It would just be really weird. You don't have to be super technical with like characters specifically, but I think that'd be really cool. Maybe the premise crew goes on vacation or something. Next up on the list is going to be Dig, which was actually a remake of the World at War map called Castle, and also there was a custom map made called Casaroo, which is basically taken from Castle. It has basically the same layout. Now, I think this would be a very cool area because it takes place in Imperial Japan. So we've never really been there except for in the World at War campaign. So I think that'd be a really cool map and atmosphere to have for zombies. Now, the Dig, though, is basically a remake of it, and the Dig is basically an archaeological dig with like Buddhist statues and stuff like that. So I think that would be a cool area. It's kind of adding in the whole Shangri-La atmosphere with a little bit of Origins, you know, digging and stuff like that. I think that'd be really cool. So the next map is Discovery. Now, Discovery is a map from Black Ops 1, and this is probably one of my favorite DLC maps, and it's a huge winter area in probably, I think it's in like Siberia or something. I'm pretty sure it came out the same time that Call of the Dead did in the same DLC. Now, this map is massive, and I feel like this would be a great map to have a really interesting Easter egg and potentially boss fight as well. I think there's just so many cool areas that Treyarch has made for maps, and this is just another one that was so big it has like the same feel as kind of a zombies map as far as like the scale of it, because it is a massive map and there's so many buildings and things like that. Having like computers in certain buildings on different sides of the map, I just think it'd be really cool to have a map styled like this. So I would like to see something like that implemented. Next up on the list is going to be Frost, which is in Amsterdam, and obviously that is in Europe. And I feel like this would be a really cool map as well. It's called Frost, so there's like frozen ice, and I die a couple times going too far out. But I just think this is a cool map. There's boats like frozen in the river, and then obviously you have the small town atmosphere as well. I think that they could really implement this as a really cool zombies map as well. You could do like ice fishing or just something crazy, and I think it would work pretty cool as well. Next up is another banger of a DLC map, and that is Hangar 18 from Black Ops 1. Now this actually takes place at Groom Lake, which is Area 51, but it's a certain, like, it's basically out of the map in a way. So this is like another one of the hangars that is in Area 51 for Moon, but it's like way out in the distance. And obviously you have the huge SR-71 on the map, which is really, really sick. Imagine being able to like ride that to a boss fight or something when you're done. That would be insane. But overall, there's a lot of cool areas. There's like an apple that is basically being like electrocuted and stuff. I just feel like this map is massive, and it takes place in more of like a scientific research facility area. So I think that'd be a really, really cool zombies map experience as well. Next up is Hanoi. Now this takes place in like Japan, not Japan, sorry, Vietnam, and it's basically in a city that is all, it's all dark and everything. And I feel like this would be a very, very cool atmosphere for a zombies map. Now we actually might be seeing something similar to this as the zombies map. We've heard leaks about having like a jungle or, you know, like a city in Vietnam or something like that. So you never know, we may get a map that's kind of like this, which would be really, really cool, because I really like the atmosphere of this map overall. Next up on the map is Hotel, and Hotel was actually a very, very cool map. You had the elevators, which play the exact same music from the 5 elevator, which is kind of cool, I guess you could say. And that's obviously another banger DLC map from Black Ops 1. Pretty much all the Black Ops 1 DLC maps are so sick, and they would be really cool for zombies. But you have the casino on one side and the hotel on the other side. You have a pool in the middle, and you have a bunch of side buildings and really cool sculptures and stuff. I think this would just be a really fun, basic, easy map that would be really enjoyable. Alright guys, next up is Jungle from Black Ops 1. This is one of the most iconic zombies maps. Obviously we got it remade a couple times in Black Ops 3 and 4. Now I feel like Jungle is one of those maps that really would fit a zombies map pretty well. Now obviously there are some huge open areas like both spawns that definitely should not be there, because you could train for literally ever there, unless they made the spawns ground spawners, which would make it a little bit more interesting actually. But I feel like this would be a really cool map for zombies just because of the environment. Having the jungle and having different like huts and buildings in different areas, it would just be kind of interesting and cool. So I figured I would put this one on the list. Next up on the list is Kowloon, which is a Black Ops 1 map from another DLC. And Kowloon is an awesome map as well, kind of taken from the Black Ops 1 campaign with the mission numbers, which was one of my personal favorites. And this was actually made as a Black Ops 1 custom zombies map as well. Great map by one of my friends, Andy. And honestly, it's a really, really cool environment for a zombies map. The custom map is pretty much just as good as you would imagine it, and it fits so well with zombies in general. So I think it's a really, really cool environment. So I figured I would put it on the list. Next up is going to be Mirage, which takes place in a desert in China, and that's why you see some things that you may notice from Die Rise. It has the same lion statues and things like that. Now this area is just so different because we've never seen a map that is just literally a desert, and it's kind of one of those things where like it could be a really cool map. Obviously there's sandstorms that happened at Mirage, but the overall like design of the map and like atmosphere I think would be really, really cool to have as a zombies map, because we've never had a desert map either. There's so many different environments that Treyarch is able to translate so well into multiplayer maps that could be transferred into zombies. So I think it would just be a really cool map in general. Next up is the map Pod. Now this one is kind of like a futuristic area in Taiwan, I believe. This one isn't, or Taiwan rather. Jeez, I can't even speak. Overall, it looks pretty interesting. It's like a rundown futuristic city type atmosphere with pods everywhere and stuff like that. I think that'd be kind of an interesting take on a zombies map, maybe somewhere in the future a little bit. So I think that'd be really cool. Obviously, this is in 2025, so definitely very, very interesting there. The next one is Stadium, one of my personal favorite multiplayer maps. Another banger multiplayer map from Black Ops 1 that was DLC. Literally every Black Ops 1 DLC map is so sick, dude. It's crazy. But Stadium was a really cool map because it was basically like a Cold War era map where you had the ice skating rink, which obviously symbolized, you know, the thing between US and Soviet Republic, Russia, for like hockey and stuff like that. And you have like the whole stadium atmosphere and everything like that. I just think this would be a really cool map. You have that big statue in the middle at the fountain. That would be a really cool place to train zombies. They could do so much with an Easter egg on a map styled like that. So that'd be really, really cool. All right, guys, next up on the list is Billa from Black Ops 1. This is one of my personal favorite maps. I feel like every map is one of my personal favorite maps because it's Treyarch and I just love Treyarch so much. But Villa was a really cool map in Cuba, and this is Fidel Castro's, like, I guess, mansion on the ocean, and it just looks awesome. The big open area. For some reason, that building just reminds me of Kino. I have no idea why, but it just reminds me of that. You have the massive fountain in the middle and like in front of the house, and that would be another great place to train. There's some open areas closer to like the ocean side, which would be really cool as well. And you have the pool in the backyard and all that stuff. It's just a really cool area for a map. The next and final one is going to be Yemen from Black Ops 2. Now, this map was also really cool. There was a bunch of different buildings on the ocean side, and I just think it would flow pretty well as a zombies map. It's just a cool environment. Obviously, it takes place in Yemen, but overall, I think it'd be an interesting area to have a zombies map, kind of in a town like that we've never seen before. So anyways, guys, obviously, this video was way out there. All right, it wasn't the best idea, but I hope you guys kind of understood what I was going for with this video. Let me know if you think any of these maps would be cool as zombies maps, or if you think I left out any maps from Black Ops 1 or 2. You can definitely comment those down below and let me know which maps you would like as a zombie style map after it. So thank you so much for watching. My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.